I love my Steam Deck. As a person who loves gaming, I have got to appreciate what the Steam Deck brings to my life, especially when you consider how cheap it is compared to the high-end gaming PCs or laptops. If you told me I would run AAA games on this handheld, I wouldn't believe you. Playing Red Dead Redemption, Cyberpunk and Elden Ring on this tiny device is a game changer really. The Steam Deck feels like a device made for gaming. With its sleek design, performance and software, it stands out from the rest of other handhelds. And considering its price, it offers access to a massive game library in a compact, portable form factor. So why do I love the Steam Deck? Starting off with the design, the Steam Deck looks well polished and comfortable to hold. When I look at other handhelds like the Lenovo Legion Go and the ROG Ally from ASUS, they look like beefy computers that don't give me the same vibes as the Steam Deck. This 7-inch touchscreen fits perfectly in the way I want to run my games without having to load my Xbox to play on a big screen. The device is designed for both handheld gaming and desktop use, supporting a wide range of PC games via Steam and Proton, Valve's compatibility layer for Windows games. The Steam Deck is a portable gaming device which gives the Nintendo Switch vibes, just like any other compact handheld. However, due to its 7-inch screen, it won't fit in your pocket rather than a backpack or a dedicated carrying case rather than a pocket. This is convenient for me when I'm traveling and I can just pull out the Steam Deck and play my favorite games. One of the things I appreciate about the Steam Deck is its support for micro SSD cards, which makes expanding storage easy, especially when traveling. If you go for a model with less built-in storage, you can also upgrade the SSD yourself with a faster one. That kind of flexibility means you are not limited when it comes to downloading and playing a wide range of games. The Steam Deck has great haptic feedback, which delivers physical sensations such as vibrations during gameplay, making in-game actions like explosions, collisions, traversing rough terrain feel more real and engaging. The system uses small weighted electromagnetics attached to its trackpad, which vibrate to stimulate different textures, boundaries, and speeds, adding a tactile layer to the gaming experience. If you ever used a gaming console like the Xbox or PlayStation, it's exactly the same feeling. When it comes to performance, the Steam Deck handled about 80 to 90% of the games I tested without any issues. Most of them ran smoothly at a solid 60 frames per second. The Steam Deck comes with a custom AMD chip which enables gaming on this portable device and runs SteamOS, a Linux-based operating system. Playing games such as God of War Ragnarok, Red Dead Redemption, or even Cyberpunk 2077 ran totally fine on the Steam Deck. And a few games that did lag a bit, I was able to just lock the frame rate to 30 frames per second and get it to run nicely. The Steam Deck's performance varies significantly depending on the type of game, graphic demands, and user settings. Here's how performance scales across different categories. Mostly indie and 2D titles run flawlessly at high settings with locked 60 FPS. These games are generally less demanding, allowing the Steam Deck to deliver smooth, consistent performance and longer battery life. Demanding titles such as Elden Ring, Cyberpunk typically require setting adjustments. At medium to low settings and 720p resolution, these games can run at 30 to 40 FPS, with some titles achieving higher frame rates using upscaling technologies like FSR or third-party tools like lossless scaling. Consistent 60 FPS is rare in most demanding games, unless settings are significantly reduced. Some games, particularly those with strict anti-cheat systems like Destiny 2, may not run on the Steam Deck due to compatibility issues with SteamOS. That said, this trade-off is kind of expected. You are getting better battery life and more stable experience overall, especially if you are gaming on the go. The battery life on the Steam Deck is equally impressive, with 3 to 4 hours minimum playing AAA games, and well beyond that playing indie games. I never felt like I needed to be within reach of a charger like I did with most every other Windows handheld. Of course, battery life depends on the type of game you are playing. Demanding games will consume a lot of battery, and less intensive indie games will get you through to 6 to 8 hours, depending on your gameplay. But overall, I'm still impressed with how much I get from my Steam Deck. Software experience is one of the main reasons I've stayed on the Steam Deck. The Steam Deck runs SteamOS, which delivers a streamlined console-like gaming experience with powerful customization, frequent updates, and broad compatibility with PC games thanks to Proton. Its unique features like game resume, shader precompilation, and plugin support set it apart from Windows-based handhelds, making the Steam Deck the most accessible and versatile portable PC gaming device available. When you look at Windows handhelds, their software sucks, with constant Windows updates, tracking, and monitoring of Microsoft compared to SteamOS, which is overall best for handhelds. Gaming on Linux has come a long way, and with Valve bringing SteamOS to other handhelds like the Lenovo Legion Go, I'm sure the software experience is going to improve faster than ever before. I never thought I would say this, but when it comes to emulation, the Steam Deck continues to be one of the most versatile handheld devices in 2025, thanks to its capable hardware and extensive community support. The Steam Deck can emulate nearly every major console up to the 8th generation. Classic systems like the Game Boy, Sega Genesis, PlayStation 1, and the PSP run flawlessly with no noticeable slowdowns. Demanding systems like the GameCube and Wii as well as the PlayStation 2 also perform constantly well, even with upscaling and graphical enhancements. While performance varies depending on the game and emulator configuration, the Steam Deck is capable of playing games like the Super Mario Odyssey and Metroid Dread with a stable frame rate. Unlike Windows-based handhelds, the Linux foundation of SteamOS allows for more seamless integration of emulator settings and a more efficient resource management in game mode. This gives the Steam Deck an edge in both responsiveness and simplicity. The Steam Deck is an incredible device that brings games closer to you in a small device. You can explore tons of games using the Steam library or emulators. If you're someone who is in the market for a handheld, the Steam Deck is a perfect device for you. Let me know your favorite Steam Deck feature in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Catch you in the next video.